What's good? What's good? It's your boy Solo. Another What is a 9 to 5 podcast. Last conversation, and today I got my brother here, professional trainer, personal trainer. I'm gonna let him introduce himself though.
But so my name is Martin Smith of Inside Out Fitness. For the inside change show the outside results. Y'all can follow me on Instagram. It's Martin's IO Fitgram. And on YouTube it is IO Fit Channel. And we could get the 20 to 30 minute workouts that I do and different other stuff like that. So go ahead and follow me. I appreciate it.
Alright, word. So how I ask everybody that comes to this, what is a 9 to 5 to you?
What is a 9 to 5? 9 to 5 to me is just it's a tool to someone that has an entrepreneurial type of spirit about them. Because at the end of the day, you have to be able to use things to your advantage. Mm-hmm. So for instance, what a 9 to 5 was to me back in 2013 was a way to fuel my business. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta have some sort of capital, some sort of money to start out with in order to take some chances. So what I did when I was working, my 9 to 5 was in the school system. I was a teacher assistant.
Okay, so you was a teacher assistant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And what I did was I just saved up. And once I felt as though I was comfortable enough to take that step, I used that money I saved up to, like I said, start the LLC. And then from there, just try to build and make things happen, basically. So a 9 to 5 to me, honestly, is for an entrepreneur is a tool. For a person with no vision or imagination, it could feel like, slavery. It could feel like torture, you know what I'm saying? It could feel, but for me personally, it was a tool to be able to fuel what I really want to do.
Okay, all right, cool. So before we get into that, let's talk about the assistant teacher. So how did you get into that?
Well, both of my parents are actually teachers. One, my father's a physical health teacher. My mother, she was a sub, and then she got into being a TA.
Okay.
And I got siblings that are teachers and guidance counselors and different other stuff like that. But I figured, let me just try it because everybody else did it in my family. I gotta have some sort of teaching bone. You feel me?
Right.
So let me just try it out. And thank God I tried it out on the lowest level because I figured out I hated it.
Okay, so how was your experience through your eyes? How was the kids? You know what I'm saying? How was it? Interacting with what don't we see? You know what I'm saying?
So a lot of stuff that people don't see is the things that they bring with them from home. Mm-hmm. So whatever problems they had from home, whether they was eating or not, whether their father or mother is abusive, whether they're neglected, the teachers see all that. And we have to deal with all of that stuff. And then what's even crazier is that if you have a parent that's not doing what they're supposed to do, they're not going to necessarily address the issue, they're just going to address the teacher. So it's the teacher's fault all the time. And it's just well, your son or your daughter actually has medication that they should be taking. You're not giving it to them because you're waiting till they get home so then they can take their medication and go to sleep.
Yeah, because a lot of parents, they just be like, no, my son or daughter, there's no way. No way. So how do you guys handle the parents? Because
you gotta be as professional but as real as possible. I literally, so it's I'm gonna say it for podcast sake. I'm gonna give y'all a story. So basically, there was this one kid. He was acting totally wild. And so because of my position, they give you a certain certificate, a certain card where you're able to restrain students. They give you a class,
they give you a card?
All that stuff. You have a so out there wilding. No, it wasn't that. So literally, he's acting a straight fool, right? Throwing stuff, knocking stuff over, running around, doing all this crazy stuff. So I'm like, stop. I'm telling him to stop. Let's say his name was Timmy. Even though we know his name wasn't Timmy.
Yeah, his name's Timmy.
Right. So Timmy, stop. Not stopping. So then actually I get up. And so I grab him by his shirt. I'm like, stop, what are you doing? Because he actually was putting another student in danger. I forget, either he had a pencil or a sharp object or something. I grabbed him. What are you doing? So Timmy goes and tells his mom. His mom is you can see she's on drugs. Like, that's not like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. She's on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes to the school, and I guess she calls herself about to take up for her son and all this. So she comes in the middle of our class. We're doing like art or something like that. Who put their hands on my son? So I'm looking like, yo, who put their hands on her son? And so I guess the kid pointed me out, and I'm like, what are you talking about? They was talking about the situation from yesterday. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, you know, just calm down. And so she's going off. She's going in, and she's able to do, you know, act how she wants to act. I stood up and I just walked towards her. I wasn't looking to do nothing, but I was trying to talk. And she was just like, oh, nah. And she backed up and started heading out the room. And I'm just like, wait, time out. Like, come back. Like, let's have a conversation. But that's the type of stuff that we deal with, because I feel as though some of the parents, and that's an extreme situation because all parents aren't drug addicts, but I just feel as though a lot of parents try to overcompensate for what they're not doing at home. You know what I'm saying? Because if she just would have understood, like, there's two sides to every story. Okay, my kid tell me one thing. Let me see what the teacher's talking about.
Is there a class on how, like, the teacher should interact with the parents? I feel like they got the kid, even though the kid down, but is it like a class for them to how to interact with the parents? Because it has to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
not that if there is, not that I'm aware of, because there's so many different type of parents. There's so many different type of
So what grade was it?
It was, the first time was alternative school, and so we had all different types of stuff.
Okay.
But the second time was more organized. It was at a elementary school. I had 3rd through 5th grade boys, and they all had like behavioral problems or learning disabilities.
Okay, so what would be like the difference between a teacher and an assistant? I mean, I know it's different, but I'm saying, like, is it, like, I just thought they would just like if that teacher didn't show up,
that they would just slide in. Yeah. They do that, but they also, like, so the teacher has certain things that they have to turn in to the principal, and they have certain deadlines and stuff that they have to meet. Teacher assistant doesn't necessarily have that pressure on them. Okay. And they might also be there for, like, maybe behavioral stuff and also assist, but the way it was set up with me, because the kids that we had responded better with a dude, she just gave me all the boys. It was just like, here.
Okay, so, all right, so going through that, when did you decide that you hated it?
Wow. First, so at the time I was taking care of my grandmother and all this other stuff, and she was really sick. I told him, you know, I'm not going to be here at the exact time you want me. I might be 10 to 15 minutes late because I get my grandmother her needles, all this other stuff. All right, yeah, sure. When the time came up, they was cutting me no type of slack at all. So that was one strike. Second strike was like maybe around just how the teachers, not even the kids, how the teachers had cliques, and how, like, some would talk to you, some would not, some would talk about you and make your life harder at the job. But the last strike for me was when
like the teachers, like the
like the teachers. It's almost as bad as high school. Like, they literally have cliques and who they're cool with and
that's crazy.
Stuff like that.
Like grown ass people.
Yeah, grown people. And my last strike was, like I said, I was actually got sick. I was so stressed from the job, I got walking pneumonia.
From the job? How was that though? Like, how did you get diagnosed? Like, well, how did you know it was stress from the job that caused that?
Cause I don't normally get sick, and if I do, it's like you get a little cold, 2 or 3 days, it's over. Mm-hmm. This got worse and worse and worse. So I went to the doctor. Doctor told me I had walking pneumonia. Mm-hmm. And so she was just like, you're probably really, I told her my situation. She said, you sound like you're really stressed out. So I said, all right, cool. You need to take antibiotics, stay home, all this other stuff, right? Everybody found out I was sick. The principal, she was evil. She didn't like me. Came back to school 2 weeks later. I'm sitting at my desk. She walked into the room. Oh, you're back. Walked out. I'm like, I said, nah, like, this isn't for me. Like, I don't like being like this. Not only am I dealing with the kids that you don't want to deal with, I'm dealing with the parents you don't want to deal with, but, like, you treat me like a pit bull. Like, you want me to act when you want me to act and do all this. I said, nah, this isn't. I felt like I was about to die. I come back and you like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I mean, that shows that they don't care. I think when the job shows, when you don't really notice that, but I think when the job shows you, like, without a doubt they don't care. I think that's when you gotta leave.
Yeah.
Like no matter the money, no matter how much you're not getting, or how much you're getting, you gotta leave.
Yep.
You gotta leave because that's crazy. Even for like teachers, I'm thinking like, there's no way it should be like high school with the teachers. Like,
it literally is.
Yeah, I gotta check my food just in case like y'all bothering me.
Yo, it's
like,
bad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is really bad. So the last day that that's what did it. You left game in 2 weeks?
So I figured out in my head, I said, all right, so I'm not gonna take this serious no more. Because I'm coming every day stressing and all this other stuff. My kids, they respect me because I'm a grown man with boys, like it's a different relationship no matter what, society try to tell you men are needed, especially when it comes to young boys. Men are needed.
Thanks.
But I figured out I'm not going to take it serious. I'm going to stack up. I already had like a couple clients as far as personal training. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? Hey, yo, I'm 25 or however old I was at the time. I don't have no kids. I just paid off my little piece of student loan I had. I said, yo, I'm going to just take this chance. And if it don't work, I can always come back to a 9 to 5 or whatever. If I don't like it, I can always come back. But all I know is that I'm not coming back to this.
Right. So you're not going back to that.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're into fitness now.
Yes.
How do you get into that?
Well, all my life with Nipsey Hussle grinding all my life. Nah. But I've been an athlete most of my life. Come from an athletic family. I played even through college, basketball, football, different things. Working out was something that helped me stay out of trouble once I actually got out of trouble. But yeah, fitness was something I always say. You got that one thing that always stay with you through every situation, whether it be a person, whether it be music, whether it be drawing, whether it be working out. Mm-hmm. That was just that one thing that stuck with me through thick and thin that I just gravitated towards, that really helped me out, not only physically, but I felt like mentally, psychologically, like it really helped me just get stronger.
So what would you say is the importance of fitness?
The importance.
I just don't know how important.
Yeah. Well, obviously, so I mean, you got to look at how people are dying now. A lot of people, we always think of drugs and alcohol. So a lot more people dying of heart disease now more than ever. More people dying of the diabetes. I literally have a client now that has a nephew that's our age who he just had to have his leg removed because of diabetes. Mm-hmm. Like once you're that young.
You know what type?
I believe type 2. I believe. I don't know for sure, but either way, it got bad to the point to where, had to get that done. But we're not talking about somebody that is doing drugs out on the street. We're not talking about someone that's robbing someone. We're talking about someone that went to school. Talking about someone that, had jobs, different stuff. An everyday person, young dude, healthy, but wasn't eating how he was supposed to. Might have had his drinks and different stuff like that, and it just reacted with him wrong, and he couldn't stop.
I do have a question because with just eating and drinking, even like the occasional drink, I feel like even though it's bad for you, ultimately, but isn't it balanced? Like let's say if I drink whatever, like a bottle, whatever, like a lot of times I'll wash that down with water.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really works. It sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, honestly, everything has its place at the end of the day. Like alcohol or even wines. I'm more of a wine person. But it all has its place. So if you're not an alcoholic, it's not taking over your life and all that other stuff, then I think you'll be good. You're an occasional drinker, drink, a little bit on the weekends. You're not over here with the hangover and all messed up. You should be all right. I mean, but it's a fact of how your body is responding to this. So if you're noticing, like, yo, listen, after I drink, I'm sluggish, I'm hungover, I feel like crap, all this other stuff, maybe you should tone it down.
But don't you feel like that when you drink?
Not all the time. Mm-hmm. So the thing is that being drunk and being in that state is just your body's response to the alcohol and the sugar and the alcohol.
Wait a minute. So you're trying to tell me if I'm drunk, my body's trash?
No.
I never really thought about it like that though. But because some people could drink more than some people, even if.
So right now, if I was to drink 2-3 glasses of wine, because my body's metabolism is like this, because I'm moving, I'll get drunk really quick. But back when I was drinking, like I used to wash my hands with Everclear, you know what I'm saying? Like I could drink all night. The thing is that how well your body is hydrated, how well your body's functioning, how well your organs are functioning at the time. Different things that dictate whether you're going to be hungover or not, whether you're going to feel sick. It depends on how your body responds to it and what is it drinking doing for you. So is it something that you run to as a behavioral thing? Is it something that, just want to chill, relax? Or is it something that's medicinal? So what I mean by medicinal, red wine, for instance, helps with red blood cells, heart, different things like that. And they usually say, one glass of red wine a day or every other day is usually good for the heart.
Yeah, I did hear that.
So different stuff like that.
With dieting though, I think, you know what I'm saying, with working out and stuff, I think working out is easy. I think the dieting, for me personally, is probably the hardest part. I did hear something too, I don't know if this is true, but you're supposed to eat like that goes one on one with your blood type actually. I don't know. That sounds like it makes sense. I don't know if that's true. But it sounds good. It sounds like it makes a lot of sense though. But dieting is like the hardest part, man.
Yeah.
I think it's a discipline type thing.
It is. You got to know why you're doing it. What are you in there for? You can literally pull up anything on YouTube, anything on Google. Internet is a wild west of health and wellness and fitness. You got people saying don't eat breakfast because you're breaking your fast. Then you got people like me saying, well, hey, listen, eat breakfast if you want to get your body in fat burn mode. You know what I'm saying? Or it's so many different opinions. You got to go whatever one you think is right, and also too whatever one you think works for your body, for your situation.
But your body, there is a certain way for everybody's body to like operate though. How do you figure that out, Lil? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean through experience. I mean we could study in books. I had to train and go through a test and stuff to get my personal trainer's license. They teach you some of that stuff, but a lot of the stuff is trial and error. You know what I'm saying? And you'll figure out after a while, like, okay, so the same thing I did for Lamar isn't the same thing I could do for Susan. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so you have to be able to figure that out and finagle it yourself.
Okay, so all right, but since you mentioned the personal trainer, how do you get into that?
So it's different avenues. So one avenue you can take is you can look up the different certificates that they provide and different certs that they give you online, or you can actually take like a college course. You know what I'm saying? Like they have college courses, like you go to whatever school you're at, and they probably offer some a couple courses on it. Me myself, my sister, she had the books. I studied for like 10 or 11 months. I really loved it. I gravitated towards it. I spent 2 hours a day on it. So it's different avenues. So it's not like, someone got to put you on. Like, nah, the certs are out there. It's just a fact of just searching it.
All right. So why do you think one would need a personal trainer?
I think more so for accountability, for knowledge, for the push, the motivation, for that change, that drive. Because you don't know how many people I've seen as clients who are the spark plug for their family. So what happens is I might have, again, Susan as a client. She needs to lose 60 some odd pounds and she's always been struggling with her weight. Doesn't know how to lose weight, but she just needs that help. She needs that motivation. All right, she uses me and uses my services, but then next thing you know, because, her niece, who was a diabetic, saw her lose weight, now she's on it. Now her father, who had kidney problems, who saw her lose weight, now he's on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's always a what they call that,
chain
reaction, or that pin drop in a wave. You know what I'm saying?
That is a good way to look at it. That's an excellent way to look at it. But for motivation though.
Yeah.
So even with that though, what would you tell somebody that because I think the hardest part about working out is starting.
Yeah.
What about that one person that just, I'm gonna do it next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it, after Thanksgiving, and they'll never do it.
One thing about any process that you're in is about the time that you have spent here on this earth. I ain't gonna try to get too deep, but I think what they call it, procrastination, is the arrogant assumption that you have time.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, at the end of the day, people always feel as though that they have time to do stuff, and they like, nah, you never do know. And people use the whole factor of, oh, live your best life, do this, and they use that mindset to say, yo, eat whatever you want, do whatever you want. Nah. What you do with that, this is my opinion, you go for what it is that you want to go for. Whatever it is that you said you wanted to do, that was going to be productive, that was going to help your life, that was going to push you forward, that's what you work on.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that is true. I think time is the only thing that we really have. That's one of the most important things. Yeah, it is time. And health is a big factor in that, because people going down every day over something random. Yeah. I even see, I see a lot of I know something's going on, because even with celebrities, all of them working out now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's by choice. They know something that, especially like the more successful ones, they're working out, all of them. I don't think there's not one out of shape or non-healthy successful billionaire, millionaire. I don't believe it.
That's at the peak of their career. Nah, they're all working out, because it's a mental. Everything ties in. So if you feel good, your blood's pumping, you feel healthy, your brain's gonna work healthy. You're gonna be more in tune to go the positive route than the negative route. I have bad days, but at the same time, I bounce back quicker, just because where my mindset's at. I feel good. Stuff around me feel good. It takes me little time to get back to a positive space.
Yeah. I also can you speak on the toxin that's in your body when you work out? It changes your emotions. Like you say, you feel better.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I hear it. I get it. I just don't really really grasp it.
So that was a big craze when the whole Zumba thing came out. What they say, when you dance, the dopamine and the euphoric feel that you feel from it. Now your body does have something called dopamine, right? Everybody has dopamine. Everybody, it is released when something pleasurable happens.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the whole cardio, Zumba, all that other stuff, that's basically, now when you're working out, can I say dopamine and all that other stuff released? Yeah, probably for crazy people like myself. I be wilding in the gym, but I like it. That's my thing. So with that, if you think about that, so basically, if it's something that you already enjoy and you're reaping the benefits from it, you're gonna feel more in tune to do it next. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as the toxins are concerned, yes, you are sweating toxins out. You are, but these toxins that are in your body literally are the things that slow you down. They're literally the things that cause disease. They're literally the things that can cause psychiatric issues and mental issues. They did some study, and not to go too far into it, I think it was the whole Dr. Sadie thing. It was people with schizophrenia and different other bipolar disorders. What they did was, they said, yo, we're going to take you off your medications, right? We're going to put you in this facility, and we're going to basically just change your diet, and we're going to clean out your intestines. And I think about a good 6 or 7 out of 10 of them didn't have anything after that. So it's real important to work out and eat right and all that other stuff, because it can also prevent the psychological stuff as well.
I was on Facebook the other day and I seen something interesting. Oil pulling.
Yes.
What is that?
So oil pulling is basically pulling toxins out of your body through the oil substance that you swash around in your mouth. The oil that I use is organic coconut oil. The stuff, and I say that because that's the ones that's actually edible and that you can eat, you can cook with, and all that other stuff. And basically all it does is pull the toxins out of your body through your tongue and through your gums.
Okay.
Swash it around your mouth for about 10 to 20 minutes. Spit it out in the garbage, not in the sink, because it's the waxy.
Yeah.
But then after that, you brush your teeth, rinse out and all that other stuff, do your regular routine, and from that, it does whiten your teeth, but that's not why I did it. But like I said, it gets rid of the toxins and different other things that you have going on in your body, different ailments and different stuff like that. And it actually gives you a little energy boost in the morning and during the day.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, I never heard of that. It's crazy.
It's actually ancient. They used to do that back in the day. Yeah.
And it's only is it only coconut oil? What's the other oils?
I feel like tea tree oil and different. They have different other ones. I only have my only experience with coconut oil specifically, and because it's a detox, I suggest anybody that ever does it, make sure you do not overeat. Try to eat clean while you're doing it because your body will be getting rid of stuff that shouldn't be there. But it's definitely beneficial.
Okay, so all right, so after all of that, the gym. When you opened up a gym, how was that process? Like, let me say this though, like because you went from assistant teacher to learning about fitness and nutrition, and then opening the gym. So like, what drove you to open a gym?
Basically, that was kind of presented to me. I knew what had to happen, so I actually started out from going to people's houses. That's what I used to do. That was the first step because I didn't have a lot of money, didn't want a lot of overhead, so I started going to people's houses. And then from there, one of my clients that I was currently training, she had actually ran into a store owner and he had a space. He was like, "Oh, you work with a trainer?" And she said my name. He was like, "You know what, he sounds familiar. Have him come see me." Went to go see him. One thing led to another. That's when I started renting out that space from him, and it kind of went from there.
Okay, so, and now you do the online training.
Yes, sir.
Explain the online training.
So the online training is very convenient, and it's probably going to be the next wave for a lot of trainers because the hour to hourly can be taxing. So the online training consists of a program that you customize for the client, workout, most likely if it's a good one, meal plans. You're able to check in on clients whenever you need to. Y'all might have different check-in dates, or y'all might even do sessions via online. But it's convenient because not only does the client get what they need, you get more time on your end to work outside the business. But then on top of that, inclement weather. Everybody can't get to the gym all the time. Traffic. People have babies, got kids, got different other responsibilities. So if you could do stuff in home sometimes, that really, really helps out. And then even reaching people in different states, that also helps as well too. That's what I'm actually doing now. So it has its benefits, and like I said, it allows me to step back a little bit and be able to work outside the business and grow.
You might have said it, but is it live also? Like
some
are live?
So some of the stuff is live. So like I said, like a check-in is basically you checking in on the client. Hey, what's up? How's the program going? Y'all might have a weigh-in date or whatever package it is that however you finagle it. Y'all might have times where y'all do full sessions via FaceTime or Skype. You know what I'm saying? Like different stuff like that. So it's different ways to do it. Technology is crazy.
Yeah, it is. Which one do you prefer? Like if you had to choose one, even though it's convenient with the online, but if you just had to choose one.
I would do both. I couldn't even. I know that was but I would do both. Honestly, tell you the truth, just because I see how convenient online is. Great, but that doesn't beat having real estate. You know what I'm saying? Having a real location where people can actually see your face. That's less advertising, less time you have to take online doing this, that, and the third. So I feel like when they're both together, that's when it's boom, boom, boom. Online is good. You just really have to be good at marketing, knowing what you're doing, your audience, knowing how to advertise, do different stuff like that. You can make it work for yourself. I'm trying to do that now, and it's working. But I feel like if both are going, you in there.
That's crazy. So you can be reached at Facebook, Instagram, and everyone, YouTube also?
Yes, Facebook, my name Martin Smith. You can also check my Facebook business is IO Fit page. Instagram, Martin's IO Fitgram, Martin's _IO _Fitgram. And YouTube, IO Fit channel. And that's all my stuff. I'm not getting my telephone number out, so I ain't.
But it is dope, man, because it's like I said, I seen it. Like I seen the growth through Facebook, and it was from the gym. No, well, it was from college.
Yeah.
Until now, so it was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen him, I was like, all right. So he got the gym.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to like online sessions. I just think that's dope. You know,
Thank you.
Just showing like a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, you gotta get out there and do it basically like that, man. Like could have been selling your ass and then doing sit-ups all day, ain't nothing, but you made a profit off it like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have a boss, right?
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like you opened it on your own, did everything on your own, right?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So it's just showing people that like, and there's a way to do it. It don't matter where. You just gotta grind for that shit, man. You gotta grind for that shit. Get rid of the jobs where people don't appreciate you and make your own shit though. You know what I'm saying? You're another example of that. So
thank you.
What would you tell people that's like starting something, you know, and just can't, you know, it seemed like, you know, they're about to give up and stuff like that?
Got you. I would say before anything, find something that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't love it, it's going to show in the times that you struggle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I know for instance, like I love listening to rap, but would I want to rap all the time? Nah. So as soon as I get booed off stage, as soon as my album don't drop, like, yo, I'm done, just because I don't love it. So find something that you love. Once you find that part, like, and then two, I'm a different person, everybody got their own different things. I believe in God, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely believe, you know, in asking and seeking, like, yo, hey, what's up? Because at the end of the day, if he's the one that created you, he's the one that knows your purpose. But, like I said, find something that you love. Once you do that, go all in. Because at the end of the day, if you love it, it's worth it. And then in those times where it is tough, you're going to feel, okay, should I give up? But that love is going to kick in, and it's going to make you want to push forward and do what you got to do.
Yeah, so you gotta do what you love.
Yes,
Right.
Got to.
So how do you deal with the stress of, you know what I'm saying, of it? Because it gotta come with some type of, as what it is.
I think about those times in the school system. I think about where I came from. I'm like, yo, I cannot go back there. I cannot do that. I gotta move forward, because if I go back there, I'm wilding. I can't do it. You gotta think about them times, like, yo, I hate the fact that I'm able to operate and do what I have to do on a daily basis and be able to pay my bills and feed myself. I'm very, very, very grateful, and I want to move beyond that. I want to, truth be told, I want to be a millionaire one day. I want that to happen. But those times I get discouraged, I look back and I think about those times.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta know where you don't want to end up. That's one of the keys. I think you gotta know exactly where you don't want to end up.
Yeah.
Even you gotta know where you're going to, but you gotta know one or the other. You gotta either know where you're going or where you don't want to end up at. You know what I'm saying? You gotta at least know that though.
Yeah.
You gotta at least know that.
Yeah.
So you know.
Definitely.
But it's just dope, man. It's just definitely dope.
Yeah.
And like the CEO, right? CEO.
Yes, sir.
No boss.
No boss. Just doing my thing, man. So. It's a lot of responsibility,
but it's a lot. So, but isn't it going to be a point where you're going to need help, or you already have the help?
I have an assistant. I have different other people that help me with things. Once you get in business, you start to have people.
You gotta tell people too. You know, you can't do it on your own. You know, everybody want to do it.
You can't do it.
You can't.
You cannot do it on your own. No, you can't do it. They say if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with people.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, you can't do it by yourself.
All right, man. So if people want to, you know, said it 3 times. Well, this is probably the 3rd time. But if people want to, you know, contact you,
yes, sir.
They hit you what? Facebook, Martin Smith.
Martin Smith. Instagram, Martin's IO Fitgram. Martin's _IO _Fitgram. YouTube IO Fit channel. Email me. iofitjimmartin@gmail.com.
Alright, man, I'm gonna tell them hit you up, man. You know,
yes,
so wrap this shit up, man. This is What's a 9 to 5 podcast. You got Martin Smith.
Get it.
Hit him up, man. Shed a few pounds, burn all the fat. You know what I'm saying? Get the toxins out, man.
Let's get it.
Word.